Hi guys, welcome back to class. I hope you've been having fun baking. I hope you've been enjoying all our recipes. Okay, so today we are going to be starting off with our carrot cake. Yay, super delicious carrot cake. And for this recipe, we are going to be using butter. That's this one. There are different brands. There's President, there's Ambassador, there's Emborg, there's Oldenburg. There's different brands, but this is the one we're using. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll melt it. Okay, this is quite a big bowl. Can you see it? I've melted it, so I'm allowing it to cool down before we use. So you can imagine how this cake is going to be super delicious carrot cake. Okay, so what we need is to make an 8-inch square cake. We'll be needing half cup of butter, melted and cooled here already, an 8-inch square cake. That's the other pan, the pan we used in making our red velvet and chocolate cake, the square of it. Now you can use this for it. Now if you want to make something smaller, you can half the recipe. So this is half cup of butter. We're going to be using brown sugar too here. So you can just imagine how super delicious this is going to be. Okay, so as usual, you coat and you line your pan. Prepare your pan already. I'm using a round pan. Prepare and keep. Preheat your oven. Then the next thing now we're going to do is to whisk our butter and sugar together. So I'm going to be using 1 cup of light brown sugar, firmly packed. I'll show you now what I mean by firmly packed. So let me open this properly. Okay, I'm going to use my spoon to fetch. So remember our cups. So it's going to be inside. You can get the brown sugar in baking stores, in departmental stores. Just go to the provision and food section. You'll get it there. Remember, the recipe says that it should be firmly packed. So which means when you put your sugar in your cup, you press it down till everything is properly in its side. So it's firmly packed. Can you see this? Firmly packed. So let me put this aside. And then I'm going to whisk my butter. It's cooled already. I'm going to whisk it with the sugar. You can use your hand whisk here. So I'm going to whisk it together. This is it. Can you see this? I'm going to whisk it together. So I'm going to, and then after doing that, I'm going to add my eggs. If you're using a large egg, you can use 2 large eggs. 2 large eggs. Let me put this one there. Okay. So 2 large eggs. I'm going to break it in. Make sure your eggs are good. So you whisk. And then I'm going to add, I was telling you about full cream milk earlier on. So this is the brand I'm using. You can use Hollandia, you can use anyone that's available for you. So I'm going to be using a quarter cup of that. So this goes inside. Whisk everything together. Simple and easy to make, but super delicious. So let me keep this aside for now. In here I have my flour. So I'm using one cup plus 1/3 cup of flour. Now you can even do a mix of your all-purpose flour. That's your normal flour you get in the market, either Mix and Bake. I don't know which brand is around your area, but there's Mix and Bake, there's Golden Penny. Now that's your all-purpose flour. And then with say wholemeal flour. Now wholemeal flour, Golden Penny has a wholemeal flour, I think they call it semovita. I can't remember the name, but it's wholemeal. But Golden Penny has it. So you can do 1 cup of your normal flour and 1/3 cup of that wholemeal flour. But nevertheless, you can still use your all-purpose flour, 1 cup plus 1/3. Now inside here now, I'm going to add my baking powder. Where are my spoons? I'm going to add my baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Cinnamon. I'm going to be adding cinnamon here. Cinnamon. Okay. So 1 teaspoon of that too. 1 teaspoon of that. Then the next thing to add is salt. So I'm going to be adding, yes, here's my salt. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Leveled. I'm going to mix this together. I'm going to mix this together. Now, done. See how easy it is. Now, you see my whisk mixture. I'm just going to remove this and keep it aside. And then I'm going to fold this in to my mixture. Now, you're going to be adding it gently. You know the process of folding. You turn it. Let me, like this. You turn it, turn it, turn it. Can you see that? Turn it, turn it. That's how you fold your cake batter. You add more, the next one. Continue turning, turning, till everything is properly incorporated into the batter. Can you see that? Okay, so I'm going to be adding the remaining. So I'm going to add everything inside and allow it to incorporate properly inside. Oh my. This is super delicious. So now before I finish incorporating everything, scraping all the sides, I'm going to be adding my carrot grated. Just get your carrots from the market, wash it, then peel off the dirty parts and grate using your grater. You get this. Do you understand? So we're going to be using 2 cups of grated carrot. So this is already done, peeled and grated. So I'm going to incorporate this inside. Now make sure your hands are clean before you start work. I have my gloves here. If you need to use gloves, make sure you use gloves too. Always make sure that what you are using are clean. Your utensils are clean. Now, not only carrot is going to be going into this recipe. I have my raisins. It's going to be going inside too. So you can just imagine. Woo! Just imagine this. Super, super delicious. Just incorporate it inside. Oh, I can practically feel myself salivating already. So you just, mix everything together. Voila. Your carrot cake batter is ready. You can also add walnuts. If you get walnuts fresh, from the supermarket, just break it into smaller pieces and then grate and add it into your batter. So I'm going to put this into my pan straight up and we're ready to bake. So let's go. Okay, let me turn it this way. Awesome. Can you see that? Great. So let me just stand up and show you. So everything goes inside and into the oven. Super, super delicious carrot cake. You can serve this as dessert. You can tell mommy or your auntie or your daddy on Saturday morning, you just prepare this for breakfast or something to take to school as lunch break. Super delicious. Just keep it in the fridge after it's cool. After baking and cooled, just put it in the fridge or freezer. When you're ready to go to school, you microwave and you're good to go. perfect for your kids. Oops. So this is going into the oven right now. All right, guys, I hope you got value. I hope you enjoyed this class. So we are going to be seeing you in the next session.